We do start our show, though, with unfortunate news out of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark announced today that she will miss both the three-point contest and the WNBA All-Star Game this upcoming weekend in Indiana after re-aggravating a groin injury in that final minute of Tuesday's win over the Connecticut Sun. Clark had missed 4 games and the Commissioner's Cup final with that groin injury earlier this month, and now will be out for this weekend's festivities, which really stinks for fans. But you know that if there was any way that she could be.
The WNBA just took a massive hit. Caitlin Clark is officially out of the All-Star Game and the three-point contest in her own home state of Indiana. And this isn't just a personal setback. It's a league-wide emergency. The biggest star in women's basketball is sidelined again, and the timing couldn't be worse with collective bargaining negotiations hanging by a thread, lockout threats looming, and viewership already spiraling since Clark's injury. This is the nightmare scenario no one wanted. Adam Silver is now raising red flags about how the WNBA is protecting its most valuable asset. And fans, players, and analysts are all asking the same question. How did we get here? And why wasn't this prevented? What's happening behind the scenes is more than just misfortune. It's a leadership crisis at the highest level, and the ripple effects could change the future of the league.
But here's the kicker. This isn't just any weekend. This is happening right in the middle of CBA negotiations that could determine whether the WNBA even has a 2026 season.
I'll leave the specific question about the foul to my colleague, Commissioner Engelbert. I mean, I other than as a fan, obviously, you know, it's nothing new in basketball that there's sort of welcome to the league moments, especially for heralded rookies. But of course, I want to see Caitlin treated fairly.
Just days before the WNBA's most anticipated weekend of the year, Caitlin Clark dropped a bombshell: she's out. No All-Star Game, no three-point contest, not even a ceremonial appearance on the floor. The official reason? A re-aggravated groin injury from the final minute of Tuesday's intense win over the Connecticut Sunday. It's the same injury that already sidelined her from multiple games and the Commissioner's Cup final earlier this month. But this time, the stakes are even higher. This weekend was supposed to be a celebration of Clark's rookie impact, the biggest name on the biggest stage, and instead, fans are left with disappointment and questions. And here's where things get serious, because Clark didn't miss a single game in college. She was known for her durability, her toughness, her consistency. Yet under WNBA management, she's been forced to sit out not once, but multiple times in her first season alone. That's not just bad luck, that's a red flag. When your league is built around a once-in-a-generation player, and that player can't stay healthy due to repeated injuries, you're not just losing a game, you're risking the entire business model. As the news broke, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver didn't stay silent, and when someone in his position speaks, the entire sports world listens. Silver expressed concern about how the WNBA is handling Clark's situation, carefully choosing his words, but the meaning couldn't be clearer, wants the league to step up fast. This isn't just about one injury. This is about the future of women's basketball, and whether the WNBA can protect the very player responsible for its historic rise in ratings, revenue, and relevance. When Silver says, "I want to see Caitlin treated fairly," that's not a compliment, that's a warning. It's diplomatic language for, you're messing this up, and the timing couldn't be worse. The WNBA is in the middle of collective bargaining agreement negotiations that could determine whether there's even a 2026 season. Labor tensions are rising, revenue conversations are heating up, and now the league's most bankable star is sitting on the sidelines. Silver knows what's at stake. Clark is more than a player, he's the engine behind a billion-dollar future. And if the WNBA fumbles this, the NBA won't just be disappointed, they'll be forced to intervene. While Adam Silver sounds the alarm, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert stays in damage control mode and it's not working. Instead of directly addressing Clark's injury or the dangerous officiating that led to it, Engelbert keeps sidestepping, deflecting, and lumping other players into every conversation. When asked about Caitlin, she pivots to talking about Angel Reese. When pressed on officiating, she shrugs off the criticism as post-game emotion. But this isn't emotion, it's evidence of a leadership vacuum. Christine Brennan, a respected sports journalist, didn't hold back. She said Engelbert has trouble even saying Clark's name and fails to acknowledge the league's most valuable player with any clarity or confidence. That's not leadership, that's institutional failure. Fans aren't just upset, they're furious. Clark's face is plastered on billboards, hotel walls, airport banners. She's the headliner for the entire All-Star weekend, and now she won't play. And what does the commissioner say? Nothing meaningful, no accountability, no clear action plan, and while she hesitates, the numbers are plummeting. Without Clark, nationally televised WNBA games have dropped more than 50% in viewership. That's not a fluke, that's a financial catastrophe unfolding in real time. And the person at the helm is acting like everything's fine. The truth is, this moment didn't come out of nowhere. Players, coaches, and analysts have been warning about the officiating crisis all season long, and now it's boiling over. Clark has been targeted on the court repeatedly, with minimal protection from referees. Her head coach, Stephanie White, finally snapped after the Connecticut Sunday game, calling the treatment of Clark egregious and blasting the officials for losing control of the game. She didn't sugarcoat it, she said the disrespect toward her team was unbelievable, and that everyone's improving except the officials. And she's not alone. WNBA legend Rebecca Lobo, sitting courtside during broadcasts, had to say what everyone was thinking live on air replay. Clark is being grabbed, held, hit, and fouled, and the refs just let it go. That's not oversight. That's systemic failure. It's the kind of officiating breakdown that doesn't just impact one player, it damages the credibility of the entire league. And when the most watched rookie in league history is getting battered on national television with no whistle in sight, it sends a message to every fan watching, your stars aren't safe here, and the league doesn't care. You want to know how much Caitlin Clark matters? Just look at the numbers. Before her injury, Indiana Fever games were averaging over 1.8 million viewers on national broadcasts. After her injury, that number crashed to just 847,000. That's a jaw-dropping 53% drop, and it's not just a stat, it's a warning. We're talking millions in lost ad revenue, crashed ticket sales, plummeting merchandise demand, and even sports betting activity dropping nearly 50% the moment Clark was ruled out. And this isn't speculation, it's happening right now, in real time. The WNBA isn't just losing a player. They're watching the economic engine of their record-breaking season stall out because they failed to protect the one person driving it all. ESPN saw a 170% ratings boost this year, and Clark was in nearly every one of those games. Ion's ratings, up 133% again, because of Clark. Remove her, and the growth vanishes. This isn't just about basketball anymore. This is a billion-dollar media ecosystem that's now in freefall because of one preventable injury. And yet the leadership still hasn't made officiating reform a top priority. How much more damage has to happen before they act? If there was ever a moment to wake up and fix the officiating problem, it was the Marina Mabrey incident, and the league blew it. After a dead ball, Mabrey shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground in full view of the officials, the cameras, and a stunned crowd. What did she get? A technical foul. That's it. Only after the internet exploded with outrage and fans demanded justice did the WNBA upgrade the penalty to a flagrant 2. That's not accountability, that's damage control. It shouldn't take millions of angry tweets for the league to protect its players. And it gets worse. Even Clark's brother Colin went public on social media saying, "Make no mistake, this is on the refs." When a family member has to step in to defend a player from league negligence, you know something is seriously broken. This isn't an isolated event, it's the culmination of weeks of no calls, cheap shots, and missed fouls. And instead of addressing it, Commissioner Engelbert responded with cold deflection, saying that no winning team ever complains about officiating. That kind of dismissive arrogance is exactly why players are getting hurt, ratings are crashing, and the league is spiraling toward a public relations disaster. The Mabrey incident should have been a turning point. Instead, it became a symbol of everything the WNBA is doing wrong. This weekend was supposed to be a victory lap for the WNBA nationally televised celebration in Indiana, with Caitlin Clark front and center, the rookie phenom returning to her home state for the league's biggest event of the year. Instead, it's a PR disaster of epic proportions. Her face is still plastered on billboards across the city, on hotel walls, inside the arena, even greeting fans at the airport. But she won't be playing, she won't be shooting. She'll be sitting courtside in street clothes, smiling through disappointment, because the league failed to protect its biggest star. And all of this is happening while the clock ticks down on the CBA. With the current agreement set to expire the 31st of October, the tension couldn't be higher. Players are already pushing for better conditions, more revenue sharing, and safer work environments, and now the poster player for the league's growth is out with another injury caused by unchecked physical play. The optics are brutal. You can't build a labor deal around explosive growth, when the very reason for that growth is being repeatedly sidelined. And the worst part? Clark's absence isn't just emotional, it's financial. Every second she's not on that court is a hit to the league's momentum, reputation, and bottom line. And the commissioner's silence is only making things worse. Let's be crystal clear, none of this had to happen. Caitlin Clark didn't miss a single game in college. She was the definition of durable. But under WNBA management, she's now missed multiple stretches of play due to repeated lower body injuries, and experts are sounding the alarm. Sports analysts like Rachel Dea are pointing to the disturbing trend quad to quad, then groin to groin. It's not random, it's mechanical. It's what happens when a player's body is absorbing constant, unchecked contact game after game. And when officials don't call the fouls, the damage adds up. This isn't just about Clark anymore. Kelsey Plum has gone off in frustration, saying she gets fouled on every possession with no whistle. Coaches across the league are demanding accountability. Fans are launching petitions. And meanwhile, the WNBA still pays its referees per game, doesn't require them to work full-time, and splits them between NCAA duties, creating a system with no continuity, no accountability, and no protection for star talent. The result? Chaos on the court, shattered momentum off of it, and a league that feels like it's being run on autopilot. Every missed call, every injury, every silent press conference is costing the WNBA not just fans but the future. And now, with billion-dollar media deals, international expansion hopes, and the NBA watching from the sidelines, the league is out of time. This isn't just a bad week for the WNBA, it's a defining moment. Caitlin Clark's injury wasn't an accident, it was the product of months of ignored warnings, reckless officiating, and failed leadership at the very top. Viewership is crashing, revenue is bleeding, and trust is evaporating. Adam Silver didn't speak out just to share an opinion, he sent a message: fix this now, or the entire operation risks collapse. This league finally had momentum, the biggest ratings in 2 decades, packed arenas, corporate sponsors lining up, and all of it was tied to one player who should have been protected at all costs. Instead, she's sidelined again, and the league's silence speaks volumes. This is a wake-up call, and it may be the last one they get. If the WNBA wants to survive, it wants to grow, command billion-dollar deals, and be taken seriously on the global stage, it needs to overhaul its officiating, empower its leadership, and protect its stars. Because without Clark on the court, the league isn't just down a player, it's losing its future.